Hey Cancer, welcome to October 2019. There is a potential for significant shifts in your partnerships here in October. There's a needed evolutionary process taking place, and this applies to existing relationships, existing partners, and your attitude about relationships. It's very important that you're not going into nostalgia, but being very present in October. That is a spiritual lesson for all of us, is to be very present because of the dynamics of the astrology that we're working with. Both moons are very intense, and your ruling planet is the moon, so you feel the new moon and the full moon profoundly in your being, in your consciousness, and in your life. Now, Pluto is stationing direct on October 3rd. Pluto has been working in this area of relationships with you since 2008. So what he's doing isn't really new. It's more about the inevitable conclusion to a situation or the changes inherent in a situation, the changes inherent in an existing relationship. He is very active this month now, in October. And Mercury enters Scorpio on the 3rd, Mars enters Libra on the 4th, and then Venus enters Scorpio on the 8th. So there's a lot going on with you in this area of relationships and partnerships and new love and romance. So for some of you, you could be moving out of a relationship and right into a new relationship, or moving out of a relationship and thinking about a new relationship, or someone new comes into the picture here in October. There is an extremely powerful full moon on October 13th. The sun is in Libra, in the area of your home and foundation. The moon is in Aries, in the area of your destiny in the world, your profession in the world, your reputation in the world, your status in the world, your outward contribution to society. And both lights, the sun and the moon, are being T-squared by powerful Pluto in the area of relationships. So this is what's happening with you. Pluto is evolutionary growth. Now again, this growth has been going on with you since 2008, when Pluto stepped into Capricorn, into the area of relationships for you. So it's not like, oh, all of a sudden I have this extreme awareness about relationships. It's more about the work you've been doing on yourself, the work you've been doing with yourself. You could be having a profound awakening this month, particularly at the Aries full moon. Aries is about the individual, and it is about your individual needs in relationship. For you, because Cancers are so heart-centered and nurturing and giving, you can easily, just saying, get into codependent relationships where you're doing all the work in the relationship. You're doing all the work in the marriage. You're doing all the work in the family. You're doing all the work in the business. Well, Pluto and Saturn are coming for you because this behavior is not working for you. And Pluto now direct, and Saturn is direct too. But Saturn's a bit more quiet this month than Pluto. Although they are kind of working together, even though they're about 4 degrees apart. They go exact in January 2020, like right after the first of the year. Although we'll feel it in December because they're pretty close together in December as well. And Pluto challenging both lights, the moon in individual Aries, the sun in we, us, together, Libra, relationships, is going to bring to your conscious awareness of where there is an imbalance in your marriage, in your work, because this moon is in the area of your work. So for many of you, it's not only your personal relationships, but it's also your business relationships, because you can be codependent with your clients. You can be codependent with your patients. You could be, how do you be codependent with your patients or your clients or your customers? You give them too much of your time. They sign up for an hour, you let the clock run over. Oh, an extra 10 minutes. Well, add an extra 10 minutes to on every person you see. That's hours of your time you're not being paid for. That's not healthy, and it's not appropriate. So you're going to be shown very loudly and clearly here in October where the imbalance is in your relationships and your thinking. So it's like, maybe there's something in your thinking for some of you where you think like, well, I need to give more. And if I give more, then they'll see how valuable I am. But that doesn't work, because in the world we have givers and receivers, or givers and takers. And when you're a giver, you attract takers. Now, I'm not saying you have to turn around and be a taker. You want to set your intention to receive. So when I used to get in trouble with this years ago, I put little cue cards around my house, and my mantra is, my intention is to receive. My intention is to receive. My intention is to receive. When you make it your intention to receive, the takers fall away, and you're very protective of your boundaries, so that when someone pays you for an hour, you start closing it down 55 minutes or 50 minutes into it so that you can wrap up. And then you attract clients, customers, patients who respect your and value your time. They know better, because when we know better, we do better. And you want people that are respectful and coming from their heart with you. Because you're so heart-centered, you are going to not be willing to play that game with people anymore. So, Pluto is really waking this up with you here in October, about where you're not receiving the love back from people. And so this is appropriate for you to close the door. Full moons bring things to completion, and this moon is in Aries, which is a new start. Aries is the beginning of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. Aries is all about being first, being number one, being at the front of things, beginning things, starting things. And so this is about the start of the new you, the new individual identity, and the new way that you are, your new attitude about relationships. So there's something very new happening here at the Aries full moon for you. At the same time, there's something that is done for you. It is the inevitable conclusion to a situation where you are awakening and going, you know what? It's like giving mouth to mouth to the dead horse on the side of the road. No matter how many times you give mouth to mouth, the horse is dead. It's not coming back. Let it go. And so, let it go. Is that song from Frozen a couple years ago? Can't hold it back anymore. It's kind of your song this month. So let it go. And if others are not, coming to you at the same level of heart that you contribute. Remember, you are very heart-centered. You are the cosmic, goddesses and gods. You are. Cancer is the soul, the cosmic soul, the cosmic child. And you want to be in the playground where everyone's giving and receiving. Everyone is being loving. And yet we know what goes on in the world right now is not necessarily demonstrated. Well, that doesn't mean you have to play there. And you don't have to play with those that are not loving on you. And if they're not contributing the level of heart that you contribute to the relationship, whether that relationship is a work relationship or a customer or a client or a patient or a family member or a partner, it's going to be very profoundly shown to you here in October that the universe wants you to move on, that the universe wants for you to change your attitude towards relationships and not do all the work. Set your intention to receive. This is really important. And it's very important that you're listening to your own inner voice. giving yourself the space that you need. With Mars in that area of your foundation and home, it's great for you to be at home. So you don't need to be out in October dealing with a lot of drama in the world. There could be drama in the workplace. There could be backbiting and fighting, manipulation, hidden agendas, power plays, power struggles going on with the Plutonian energies activating both lights. You're going to find that being at home, you can recharge your batteries. Being at home, it feeds your soul. You're like digging the whole, clean out the garage, clean out the attic, clean out the basement, paint the room. You're going to find that being in your own space and physically working in that space is very rewarding for you. For some of you, you may even be, doing your own home-based business and just loving it. Just like, whoo, I'm so glad I'm home, doing my own thing. World is crazy. I like to shut the door, leave the crazy behind. And that's good, because there's also something that could be happening at work this month where it's an unexpected event, and you got to be careful of who you can trust, because there's a lot of Plutonian energy going on here. And that's where you get the jealousy, the manipulation, the hidden agendas. People are projecting. Full moons are projections. We project out what's in our own subconscious. And so people can be acting out in very negative ways and blaming everyone else. The ones that never take responsibility for their lives or the behavior. It's always being done to them. They're victims of everything. And yet they're always blaming everybody. And so you watch for that. And just don't get caught up in it, and trust your instincts, because your gut will tell you, you can trust this one, but this one, don't trust. What's that, Tourette syndrome? Some people, they can't keep their mouth closed for anything. They can't keep a secret. They don't have discernment. They blab everything out about what's going on with them, or with other people. And it's just like, oh my goodness, there really is, a syndrome, the Tourette's thing, where they just can't, for their own good, they can't keep their mouth shut. And so there's going to be a lot of that going on at work too. But the best space for you is at home, where you can recharge your batteries, make it beautiful, and just re-energize yourself. Now, the sun enters your sister sign, Scorpio, on the 23rd, and you have the Scorpio new moon. Now, this is a very interesting new moon for you. So if you've done the work at the Aries full moon and you're just like, you know what, I am out of this relationship that isn't working for me anymore, a new love can be coming in here for you, because Scorpio new moon, you have Venus there too, and Mercury. And Mercury is going to camp out here in this area of romance, true love, pleasurable pursuits, creativity, risk-taking, play, having fun. And this is the start of a new, opportunity for a new relationship. That could be someone that's very fun for you. And it can be unexpected as well, because Uranus is in the area of your hopes and wishes and making your dreams come true, and unexpected luck, unexpected good fortune, and the love you receive from others. Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Scorpio, Venus and Mercury in Scorpio are in the area of the love you give to others. So your love houses are activated here in October. And Uranus could be awakening you to someone new and something new in your life, where you're having this enlightenment that has to do with your goals, your hopes and wishes. So there is some wish coming true here for you, or it could be more than one wish coming true here for you. And I really get that it has to do with the work you do for yourself, like loving you more than the need to keep pouring that cup into other people's, keep pouring the water into other people's cup. It's like, oh, I'm going to fill my own cup. I'm going to do nice things for me and set my intention to receive so that I attract givers. Yay! And that could be it too, where the universe blesses you for taking care of yourself and honoring your needs and sends givers to you. people that are generous, people that are heart-centered, people that love to give. What would that feel like? So this is good news. Now Mercury is going to retrograde in this area on Halloween. Happy Halloween! Yay, it's Halloween! Woohoo! And so Mercury's going to be retrograde October 31st through November 20th. Mercury will be in Scorpio October 3rd through December 9th. That's over 8 weeks, 2 months of Mercury in the area of creative self-expression, pleasurable pursuits, true love, romance, risk-taking, speculating, being outgoing, being self-confident, creative self-expression, and new love. Now, the new love that comes in could be someone from your past lives, someone that you've been with in the past, so that when you meet this person new in this life, I know him, I know her, we've been together before. And that could be a spiritual test for you too, is to be really aware of who people are in your life. Like, who are these people? Because sometimes we have people in our lives and they're really hidden enemies. They're not soulmates. They're teachers. They come to see if we're going to learn to take care of ourselves, if we're going to learn to love ourselves properly. And then there's those that come in that are soulmates, that are just givers, that they come in and they're just here to love us and give to us. And you are being granted this opportunity. And now for some of you, it can be a romantic person from the past in your, this life coming back, but that doesn't mean you have to hook up with them again. It just means they're going to circle around and drop in and see if you're available. And that's where that's where you want to be, was this another person that just took from me? Was this just another person that I, gave and gave and hoping that he or she would see the light and change? We can never change other people through our behavior. We have to, it's hard enough to change our own behavior. You know what I mean? Like, I have to convince myself that having dessert for dinner is, it's like eating like I'm a 10-year-old. And so, you know what I mean? Like, it's not good to eat like you're a 10-year-old. And so that's my behavior. How the heck are we going to change other people? And as parents, our children teach us that all the time, right? It's like, good luck. We can try to, enforce, but we do it through example, really, with our children, is we role model, excellent behavior and reward them for excellent choices. But we don't, control people. And so that's an illusion. And Uranus is the awakener. And so you're being awakened the 27th on about, your opportunity to have great people in your life that are good with you and are worthy of you and worth your time and energy here in October, going into November and December, because Mercury is camped out in this area. And it is going to be awakening in you this whole new way of thinking. And that's why it's so important to stay out of the past thinking. And, because when Pluto T-squares like this, we can feel locked in where, oh my gosh, if I make a change, what will happen? But the moon is in Aries and the universe is saying, be brave. This is a time of new beginnings, fresh starts, looking at your individual needs. And Jupiter is the way out of the Aries moon, because Jupiter is trining the moon and sextile the sun. And so and Jupiter is in the area of self-care, taking good care of yourself, your daily routine, your work habits, your health habits. And so when you are taking care of you and you are doing what's right for you, whether that's how you're working, like not exhausting yourself in work, not letting other people run over your boundaries, not letting other people take advantage, but really listening, trusting your inner voice, giving yourself space this month so that you can hear Creator guide you through these initiations that are presenting themselves to you. So for those of you single and available for love, open to love, it's on. And it's important that you are creating that space for new love to come in. It may be someone very different than who you usually date or are attracted to, because Uranus is exactly opposing the Scorpio new moon in the area of new love. So Uranus is the awakener. He's the disruptor. He's the wild and crazy guy. And so he could be bringing someone very different than your usual type of person. But this person could have a heart of gold. And this person could be very generous, which means they're going to have their heart open to you. And that's what you're really asking for, Cancer, is to have people in your life who have their heart open to you. And so be open. And it's going to happen where you least expect it. It's going to happen when, it will happen in probably a very profound way, because that's Uranus. That's how Uranus shows up. Astrologers, we cannot predict Uranus. Uranus is the only planet we really can't predict. We can guesstimate or intuit what we think might be the design, but the universe loves to surprise us, and Uranus is the surprise. And so it will, and because the universe doesn't want you trying to control anything either. It's better if we're spontaneous and just being present and available for opportunities that are coming your way. For those of you coupled, this is a time where you're going to be looking at your relationship, and are you getting your needs met? Or is it a relationship that you feel loved? And this is really important to take a look at it. Now, you've been looking at it for a long time because you have Pluto and Saturn in this area. So it's not like this just came up. But it could feel like, wow, it's reached a point where I can't step over it anymore. I really do need to look at what I've been tolerating here. And communication is the key. Maybe you need to ask for more in the relationship and not sugarcoat it, and really look at who this person is and if they are the right person for you. And that's going to be an individual choice for each one of you. And career, there's definitely opportunities here in your career. It's going to be a bit crazy this month because of these energies. And so you got to watch the politics, and you got to watch the game playing, and, watch the ones that, like to stir the pot, because they're definitely going to have their shadow self on. And you don't want to get caught up in the drama or the politics of what's going on, the power struggles. Don't get into any power struggles with anybody. Just do your own thing and take the high road and go home, and then just let it all out. But because it's going to be a very dynamic time in the work area for you. I'm not seeing any challenges to the money. There could even be a surprise bonus in here for you this month, a surprise lump sum of money that you didn't know was comes this month to you. And that's really good. How is your health? It's very important that you are listening to your body. The body is the messenger, and you want to make sure that you are taking good care of you, protecting your space, giving yourself space from others, keeping your boundaries, keeping your, I like to call it clean, where we don't let the negative energy in. And recharge your batteries. Do what recharge your batteries this month. Spiritually, this is a month where you're being tested to see if you're listening to your mighty I am presence, to your higher self, to your soul self. Are you listening to what Creator wants for you, your divine plan, what is appropriate for you? Are you doing what's right for you? Because when you do what's right for you, you're in alignment with your mighty I am presence. You're in alignment with your soul self. When you're not doing what's right for you, you're walking away from your soul. And that's not going to work here. That's where things can really blow up, is if you are tolerating and not listening to your mighty I am presence, not listening to your higher self and what the universe wants for you, which is to receive in your relationships and your work and your life, is to receive. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing my videos. Cancer, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps to support the channel and it lets you know when I upload. Yay! So until next time, Cancer. It's all about the heart, being in your heart and being with those who have love to give. Have an open heart.